What the fuck are you doing?
Me? Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Obviously, I'm listening to What the Fuck Are You Doing podcast, one of the newest podcasts of You Run Podcast Network. It's a podcast featuring E-Bitty and Herm Dizzle. They come together Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, get it, to bring you episodes about pop culture, movies, and any bullshit they can think of. Yo, this podcast got so many dick jokes, it's like a bag of dicks. Anyways, check out the WTF Are You Doing podcast, brought to you right here by the You Run Podcast Network.
Yeah, I'm a stuff crust. A nigga some mystery ass I'm a stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, I'm a stuff crust. So much cheese on a bus, yeah, I'm a stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, I'm a stuff crust. A nigga some mystery ass I'm a stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, I'm a stuff crust. So much cheese on a bus, yeah, I'm a stuff crust.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. Today, we're getting real vibey with it. It's your host with the most on the ones and twos. You know they call me Fatback Supreme. You know they call me Bilbo Schwaggins. It's me, Ryan. And also with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Razor Blade, the King of Connecticut, Dr. Mustard Smuggler himself, Seamus Rogers. Seamus, so good to hear your voice.
What up, Daddy-O? It's good to be here.
Yeah. Also with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, follically challenged himself, the Sweatpants Overlord. Motherfuckers, it's Greg Holloway. Greg, what's good, baby?
What's up, everyone? Doing well.
Great. Well, that was personable.
Thank you. I'm trying to be more personable.
All right, well, folks, it's getting dark out. The bats are coming. So we thought on this very special Sunday vibe episode that won't actually come out on a Sunday, we bring you some spooky shit. But first, I just want to catch up with some of my best friend pals. Seamus, you been watching anything, playing anything? What's good?
I did a thing. I rescued a dog.
Now, so I assume you mean there was a house fire. You ran into said fire and pulled the dog out of the fire like a goddamn hero.
Actually, it was a mugger, and he was trying to take his wallet, and he had a knife and everything. And I confronted the mugger, and I picked up the pooch and saved the day. I just put it through in my truck and drove away.
If I was ever gonna guess, who do you think has a dog who carries a wallet? You would be my go-to answer. Well, that's cool. Congratulations,
my wallet's
man.
Feeling it now. So yeah, it's already. He has a lot of needs, so I gotta get him to the vet though.
Okay.
I got him the first day home. I get to discover that he has fleas. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So I had to run out to Petco, get some flea shampoo and other accoutrements, and immediately had to give him a bath and wash everything. And yeah, I've been doing a lot more cleaning since bringing this little pup into my household. But he's a really chill dude.
That was possible.
But he seems to. But after that, I haven't seen any other fleas on him. We gave him another flea bath on the next day. I haven't seen any of them, so I don't think he was fully infested. I just think we got a few on him.
Does this thing have a name, or are we going to keep referring to it as it?
Well, the name tag I was given says "Little Spooky." I'm not really feeling that, so I'm going to change his name to Kaiju.
Kaiju. All right. Yeah, that's definitely something. Little spooky.
What up, little spooky?
Little spooky.
Little spooky over here taking a shit.
I didn't know if you didn't name him because you didn't want to have personal attachments in case it didn't work out.
No, I've been refraining from calling him his original name. We're gonna start over, pretend like we don't know each other. I don't know your name. I don't know where you came from. You're called Kaiju now.
Well, that's great, man. Congratulations. I'm super happy to hear that.
So I'm waiting for some things to come in from like Amazon. I need like a harness for him, but I have like this jacket that attaches to the leash, and he was being obstinate this morning, didn't want to move. All the smells were so good or something, and I tried to tug him a little bit, and the jacket was a little too big, and it pulled right off him. So I got to like chase him around the neighborhood.
Oh,
And I don't have tags on him yet, so I'm like, oh great, if I lose this guy now.
Little Spooky, get back here! Get back here, Little Spooky!
Well, that's what made it even more difficult. I didn't want to call him by his name.
He'd be like, hey, Little Spooky. Hey, where are
I
you?
was just like, hey, buddy, hey, come on, boy. We want a treat, But eventually, he came back to me.
That's fantastic.
He would not be happy right now if he hadn't come back.
Yeah, he probably would be too happy if he knew we were talking about him right now.
He'd be outside, cold, rolling around and shit, probably freezing, or he'd be in the dog pound in timeout purgatory.
You probably already got your Amazon packages. Your neighbors probably just stole them. They're like, oh,
yeah,
we're getting
that
a new
just
dog.
happened recently. My neighbors, I see. You know how they take a photo of your packages when they leave them on your doorstep?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that looks like my neighbor's house, and nope, they didn't bring my packages over. So they stole my Amazon delivery.
First his packages, then his dog.
Right? And it's like free game. He didn't have a tag, and I haven't registered him yet. So I got like 30 days, I think, to register him. So I got to get him into the vet and get him registered. And I already ordered a tag, custom tag. So hopefully, if I do lose him again, he'll know who to call.
Is your dog Little Spooky? We found him running around our neighborhood.
He spooked my cat.
It's an appropriate name for the topic of the episode, so that's fantastic. Greg, what about you? What's going on?
Like 3 days ago, I was walking down the street and there was this house on fire, and I ran in to save a dog. It was crazy. That's what I've been up to, saving dogs.
We already had a saving dog story, Greg. Do you have anything else?
I've been working. It's tiring, slinging tires. That's pretty much it, Been chilling, been watching a lot of good stuff. Started watching Justified Season 2, and as you all know, that is Justified. It's been really busy. It's been busy season because, the winter's coming, and, as Eddard Stark says, winter is coming, and people need snow tires. So that's happening a lot. It's been really stressful and busy at work. It sucks.
Okay. All right. Well, that's I'm sorry to hear that, man. I want to say that I finally saw The Substance.
Nice.
I loved it so much.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What is it?
The Substance.
Oh yeah, that was good. That's a good one.
I can see Dennis Quaid chewing in my head right now.
Dude, eating the crayfish there. Oh god, that was
so gross.
For some reason that was the scariest scene in the whole movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that movie was awesome. One of the better body horror movies I've seen in a long time. I thought it lived up to the hype.
See, I did have my wife watch it with me, and I knew, it was kind of bad. But I had no idea where the fuck that movie was going to go by the end of it. I'm just cracking up like, I had no idea. I'm sorry. She's like, what the fuck are we watching? So that was highly enjoyable. Yeah, that's great. So let's dive right into it then, guys. Fucking Halloween's coming. I'm watching Weapons tonight. Feel good about it. But tonight we're going to bring you some spookier stories we found or heard in the news today. Greg, I'm going to have you kick it off because why the fuck not?
So this one's called The Possessed Doll. So when Marty was a child back in the 1990s, she tells Monsters Among Us that she was a fan of ventriloquist Edgar Bergen and his dummy sidekick, Charlie McCarthy. She says that when her father came across a ventriloquist doll as he wandered through a small magic shop located outside of Santa Rosa, California, he decided to buy it for her birthday. While ringing up the sale, Marty says the cashier gave her father weird vibes and said to him, when you put your hand inside the doll, he's going to come alive.
Don't fist my doll, please.
Right? And there was dead silence. Laughing off the comment, he brought the dummy home to his daughter. According to Marty, she was over the moon when the dad gave her the doll, saying, "I was so happy when I got the doll. I was obsessed." But before long, strange things began happening, though impossible because the doll's head was made of hard plastic, just like Newt's doll.
Nope.
Most dolls.
Yes, well, most of them, yeah. I'm trying to think of Newt's doll's name, but I can't. Worried something would happen to her precious dummy, Marty's family shut it away in a cupboard most nights. One night, she and her family were awakened by the pitter-patter of steps in their living room, thinking it was the dog, maybe it was Spooky, little Spooky, or another family member, so they went to look. No one was there except for the doll, who was sitting on the couch. We remember specifically we always put it away because I love that doll so much that I took care of it, Marty says on the podcast. Other strange occurrences began happening. While Marty and her dad were away, her uncle was alone in the house. The uncle says he heard Marty's father calling his name from the living room, even though he wasn't home.
Marty.
So it's a ventriloquist doll. Those usually have wooden heads.
Well, this one's got a plastic one, apparently. It's top-notch quality.
Probably originally had a wooden head, but we replaced it with a soul-imbued
Yes.
plastic head.
As one does.
Yeah. What's the curse there from Chucky?
Octe Dewey Dambala, give me the power I beg of you!
Thank you. So when he went to look, he found the doll once again sitting on the couch and no one else. All of our family was pretty much scared of the doll, Marty says. People would start hearing their names being called and we would hear walking at night. So we just decided we needed to get rid of it. Being Mexican and religious, Marty says her parents wanted to burn the doll in case it was demonic. They put it on the grill and according to Marty, it wouldn't burn. This doll would not go up in flames at all, whatsoever. They tried cutting it up with a knife, but were unsuccessful. Finally, they threw it in the trash can. That'll take care of it.
Did they try a sawzall?
The plastic was too hard. After the garbage was collected, Marty's dad went to retrieve the bin. In it, the doll. To rid themselves of the dummy, they dug a hole in the backyard, then filled it with cement. Marty and the family have long since moved away, but she says she still thinks about the doll and the possibility that eventually it might find one of us.
I wanted you to get all the way to the end of that story so I can tell you that I did that story on another episode.
Really?
Yeah.
I was waiting for like this to happen because I'm such a bad memory. I'm like, one of these days I'm going to pick the same thing we've already covered.
Hey, but you know what? Maybe someone did listen to that episode and they can hear your interpretation of it, Greg.
Yeah. I actually saw a couple stories. I'm like, oh, we've covered this one. I'll edit that out. Not my story, but the part of you saying that we already did it.
All right, Seamus, why don't you hit me with your spooky whatever the fuck?
In 2014, Derek and Maria Broaddus thought they had found their forever home, a stately house at 657 Boulevard in the quiet town of Westfield, New Jersey. It was perfect, spacious, elegant, nestled in a neighborhood known for peace and prestige. They were ready to settle in with their children and build a life. But before they could even move in, the first letter arrived. Typed in a chilling tone and signed only as The Watcher, the anonymous writer claimed to be the latest in a long line of guardians watching the house. They knew intimate details, how many children the Broadduses had, their nicknames, and even where they played in the yard. The letter asked haunting questions. Have they found what's in the walls yet? And who has the bedrooms facing the street? More letters followed, each more disturbing than the last. The Watcher spoke of the house's history of being called to watch it and of waiting for the young blood to arrive. The Broadduses were terrified. They never actually moved in. Instead, they launched investigations, hired private detectives, and even sued the previous owners, who had also received a letter but never disclosed it. Despite police involvement and national media coverage, the identity of the Watcher was never uncovered. The house sat in limbo, haunted not by ghosts, but by paranoia and fear. And so their dream home became a legend, a suburban nightmare wrapped in mystery, obsession, and the chilling reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones who watch from the shadows.
Dun, dun, dun!
But I had to look up if anyone lived in the house now, and yeah, so there's a couple, Andrew and Allison Carr, purchased the home in July of 2019 for $959,000. They charge a lot for a house that nobody will move into.
Yeah, that probably had something to do with nobody wanting to move into it as well.
So, but they, I guess they have not received any letters. So,
well, this is definitely became a Netflix series.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it was, adapted by Netflix. I think it was called The Watcher.
Can we confirm that it wasn't Rockwell?
Rockwell.
I got a feeling somebody's watching me. Now.
Hey. It's upsetting. But good. I like it.
That's why I said it.
All right. Well, on a lighter note, let me tell you about February 2022. A woman in Green Bay, Wisconsin named, ready for this name, Taylor Shaw Business, gruesomely murdered, dismembered, and sexually abused the corpse of her lover, Shad.
It's not y'all business. It's Shaw business.
Shaw business.
Taylor had strangled Shad to death during a meth-fueled tryst in her basement of Shad's mother's home. Later, Shad's mother would find his severed head in a bucket in the basement. Taylor told investigators that she severed his head and penis with kitchen knives during her hearing in 2023.
Damn, if only he had doll skin.
It could never be cut.
So, during her hearing in 2023, Taylor attacked her attorney, and in 2025, she attacked her second attorney during preliminary hearing on charges of assault against a sergeant at the correctional institution. Yeah, she was actually, sentenced to life in prison. Weird.
That's the going rate for chopping off a penis.
Yeah, I mean, that chick is kinky. Fuck.
Hey.
So I thought that was, heartwarming, and I just had to include it.
It's definitely one for the family.
Heartwarming, cock squirming.
Gross. All right, Greg, hit me, Greggy, one more time.
So I grew up in a funeral home. I helped out in the office. When I was about 15, we got a call from a man whose wife and infant baby had been murdered in cold blood. There were very few clues, but it made headlines. The cops set up a surveillance at the viewing. It was heartbreaking, as the mother was holding the baby in her arms. I was asked to take the flower cards and get the late wife's husband and ask if he recognized the names. I then photocopied them and put them back. I did it because I was a kid and people knew me, and I was obtrusive. I talked to the husband quite a bit. He seemed devastated and shaken. The cops told me they had an eyewitness to someone leaving the house the day of the murder. The witness was a 3-year-old girl, and she recognized the man leaving. It was the husband's best friend.
So the 3-year-old girl, like a credible witness?
Yeah! It turns out that the friend and the husband made a pact to kill each other's families and run off with their secretaries. The little girl identified the friend, and I guess one of them cracked. They both went to jail on multiple counts, all on the testimony of a 3-year-old.
I can't argue with a 3-year-old.
Yeah. Guilty, guilty, guilty.
Fine, I did
it! Your Honor, our witness would like another graham cracker.
We wouldn't have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for this 3-year-old.
Dude, that's insane. Yeah. What best friends make? Who makes that pact? Like, hey, I got an idea. Strap in.
Either kill your own family or don't do it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking family annihilators. She said, I still cannot believe to this day that the man stood right beside me multiple times and I had no clue. I don't even think I've ever looked at life the same after that.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Well, it's a wild and weird world we're living in, kids.
Yeah, he's like, why don't we kill each other's family? You kill my family first. And then you'd be like, well, I don't know what this guy's talking about. I never made a pact. And then he's stuck with his family and the other person's free. It's a win-win.
Is this an A24 film yet or what? Jesus Christ.
We don't want people murdering their families.
Or other people's families.
Yes, that too as well.
How about
we don't condone
no murder?
Yes, we don't condone murder here on the You're Gonna Eat That Crust podcast spooky season.
I mean, I'm not going to say I don't always condone. I mean, there's some people we could just do without. Am I right, guys?
Hey, now.
Guys, am I right? All right, fine.
We don't making a pact right now?
Shit. All right, Seamus, hit me up, baby.
It was supposed to be a night of celebration. George and Jenny Soder, Italian immigrants living in Fayetteville, West Virginia, had gathered with their 10 children for Christmas Eve. The stockings were hung, the gifts were wrapped, and laughter filled the air. But just after midnight, smoke began to curl through the house. Flames erupted, swallowing the home in minutes. George, Jenny, and 4 of their children escaped. The other 5, Maurice, 14, Martha, 12, Louis, 9, Jenny, 8, and Betty, 5, were believed to be trapped upstairs. George tried desperately to save them. He smashed windows, scaled walls, and even attempted to drive his truck to the second floor. But the engine mysteriously wouldn't start. The fire department didn't arrive until morning. By then, the house was ash. And yet, no remains were found. No bones, no teeth, no trace of the 5 children. Experts later said that even in intense fires, bones should remain. The Sodders began to suspect something far more sinister, like kidnapping. So there were like strange calls and sightings. A woman called the Sodder home hours before the fire, asking for someone who didn't live there. She laughed oddly before hanging up. Later, witnesses claimed to have seen the children in a car driving away from the scene. Suspicious circumstances. The phone line had been cut. A ladder that George always kept nearby was missing. A man was seen stealing a block and tackle from the property. And George's truck, which had worked fine earlier, mysteriously failed. Then there was... For decades after, the Sodders maintained a billboard on Route 16 with the children's faces, pleading for answers. In 1967, they received a photo of a man resembling Maurice with a cryptic note. It said, "I love brother Frankie, LLIL boys, A90132 or 35. The back read, I love Rocky." So I don't know if that was like the tip. Like some people speculate that was the license plate number they were giving. But still, it doesn't make sense. It's like... It's not even like proper English. I don't really know.
It doesn't make sense. It's almost like the eyewitness was 3 years old.
Right. It was written in crayon, by the way. So there were also political tensions involved. George Sodder was outspoken against Mussolini and fascist Italy. Some speculated the fire and possible abduction was retaliated by pro-fascist sympathizers or even the Sicilian mafia. But the case remains unsolved. No bodies. No arrests, just a grieving family, a scorched foundation, and a mystery that refuses to die.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
You wonder where they were. Like some dimensional being rescued them out of the house, or a time traveler came and snatched them, and now they're living in 2300.
Yeah, Scott Bakula showed up and saved them.
Right, he might have. Sounds like an episode I saw.
You know, there's never a bad time for a quantum leap joke, I say.
I agree.
Well, this is going to make you squirm. The worst visit to the eye doctor ever.
Oh, no.
I'm an eye doctor, and I had a patient come to me with infected eyelid. 2 other eye doctors tried to treat and failed. They were dumping all sorts of medicine into it, and it wasn't getting any better. At this point, it was swollen and painful for weeks, with no improvement despite being on tons of meds. Apparently, neither of the doctors thought to flip the eyelid upside down. You know that gross trick kids do with their upper eyelids? It was
I was jealous. I couldn't do it.
I could do that either.
I would ask my friends to do it. I'm like, can you do it? It's so gross, but I want to see it.
It is gross, but I wanted to be able to do it, but I couldn't. It was like not having a starter jacket either.
It's the starter jacket of eye tricks.
The starter jacket of eye tricks?
True story.
I just wanted to give that joke its flowers, Greg.
Okay. Thank you.
There's only so many eye tricks, you know?
Yeah, it's the Charlotte Hornet starter jacket of eye tricks.
Apparently all they had to do was a simple 180. And then they found the eye worms.
So, it's a painful maneuver, which might explain it. Anyone there appeared to be what looked like a visible... there appeared to be what looked like a visible abscess inside the tissue with a thick, gooey material. I thought I'd give it a nudge, and I saw it move. It wasn't an abscess, it was something else.
Eye worms.
I managed to remove it quite easily in one whole piece. It was fly larva.
Ugh, gross. I was close.
The patient told me she had a bug bite in the eye a few days before she got this infection. I removed the larva, and within 2 days, the wound closed, and she was 100% recovered on basic antibiotic eye drops.
So they didn't take the eye? Good thing she went to the right doctor, I guess. The original one was going to be like, oh, the original one was like, I guess we're just going to have to take the eye.
Yeah, sorry about that eye.
You dump a bunch of shit in it.
Have you tried bleach yet? It'll also get rid of COVID.
Hey.
Come on now.
Who would ever recommend that? All right, Greg. What else you got, baby?
Okay, so a woman who went to my regular pub was out with her friend during the day, and in the evening she missed the bus home and she ended up at another pub. She was tipsy and ended up going home with a man who lived with another male. They both had an obsession with serial killers and murdered her. And after they killed her, they chopped her body up. They spent the next week putting her body in plastic bags and hiding them in the bushes. They were caught pretty quickly, and thankfully, they are in prison for life. The day she went missing, I saw her in the pub with her friend and stood in the smoking area with her, laughing about a pigeon who was chilling too.
Pigeons are hilarious.
Oh my god, look at that pigeon. He's just chilling. I wonder if he's gonna shit.
What are you doing? Chilling like a pigeon?
Hey, chilling like, yeah, instead of chilling like a villain, chilling like a pigeon. I have a video where she's in it and she makes a joke. This was just hours before her death. I think about her nearly every day. It's traumatizing. And she did not deserve such a cruel ending to her life. I mean, who really deserves to be chopped up and stuffed in bushes everywhere, you know? Maybe the people who made the pact about murdering their family.
So she went to some dude's house, and there was another dude there, and they're like, hey, we're obsessed with serial killers. And then they chopped her up. Is that what I'm getting out of this, Greg?
Yes. The police ended up going to the pub when she was only classed as missing, but they used the video surveillance footage of her. Because they could see that she left alive and went somewhere else, they just used it to retrace her steps and asked if anyone knew of her whereabouts later in the evening to come forward.
Yeah, she went with these two guys that were obsessed with serial killers.
They said something about chopping her up and putting her in bushes.
See, last night I almost went out for, one last stop at a pub, and I was like, I'm just going to go home. So just go home.
Yeah.
Next time you want to go have another pint, go home.
The police were clueless until they ran into a 3-year-old, and they asked her what she thought about it.
Yeah, it was me.
I did it. Everything.
Took my toy.
However, in the other pub she ended up at, they saw her on video surveillance with the man who murdered her. The police ended up actually randomly bumping into the man on the street with his accomplice. They recognized him and arrested him on the spot. He denied that he knew her, but his tattoos matched the tattoos of the man in the video surveillance footage. The police also found a blood stain in their apartment under their newly fitted carpet, and the DNA matched with the woman who was murdered. The police searched an entire canal for her body, but the pair was later seen on video surveillance walking along a canal multiple times with carrier bags, which they later found out was her body chopped into 11 pieces and tightly wrapped to conceal the smell and hidden in a field.
Dexter Morgan does 9 pieces. And I feel like the Jeffrey Dahmer tattoos that the police matched him to should have been a dead giveaway for her anyway.
The We Did It tattoos.
Is that a John Wayne Gacy tattoo? What?
Yeah, he's my favorite. Who's your favorite serial killer? I'm more of an H.H. Holmes guy. Or I'm a Bumblebutt guy.
So that's it? I mean, bushes?
Bushes.
11?
Fields. 11 pieces.
I don't like it.
All right. I want to tell you about the Trump family ride.
Uh-oh.
In August 2016, a quiet berry farm in Sylvan, Australia became the launchpad for one of the strangest disappearances in modern history. A family road trip that spiraled into a psychological mystery. It began like any ordinary Monday. Mark and Jacoba Tromp, along with their 3 adult children, Rihanna, Mitchell, and Ella, ran a successful earth-moving business and berry farm in rural Victoria. They were known as hard-working, grounded, and close-knit. But on August 29th, something snapped. Without warning, the entire family piled into their silver Peugeot and fled their home. No phones, no wallets, no bank cards, no explanation. They were convinced someone was after them. The Tromps drove north, heading toward New South Wales. Along the way, their behavior grew increasingly erratic. They believed they were being followed, tracked, and targeted. It wasn't just fear, it was delusion, and it had infected all 5 of them. Mitchell, the middle child, was the first to break away. He left the car in Bathurst, and took a train back home. Ella and Rihanna continued on. At one point, they stole a car to keep moving. Rihanna was later found wandering in a catatonic state, clutching her passport. Jacoba, the mother, was discovered in Yass, disoriented and hospitalized for mental evaluation. Mark, the father, was found days later running alone along a street in Wangaratta, confused and frightened. Each family member was found separately, scattered across hundreds of miles, with no clear memory of what they were fleeing from. Police were baffled. Psychologists speculated the family had experienced a rare case of shared psychosis, a condition where delusional beliefs are transmitted among close individuals. Mitchell later said, "I thought getting out was the best idea at the time, but here in hindsight, I probably should have stayed with him and tried to help."
Oi.
That's definitely not Australian.
Oi.
I mean, that's my best Australian accent. The Trumps eventually reunited and returned to their farm, but they never publicly explained what triggered the episode. No threats were ever confirmed, no stalkers found, just a family shaken by a mysterious wave of paranoia.
Maybe the dingoes ate your baby.
You said that there's a family named the Trumps who
Yes.
are full of paranoia? Weird. Well, I love any Australian-based stories because it's probably the most horrifying place in the entire world.
Oi.
Right?
There's definitely no scary spiders out there, that's for sure.
Every day is a fight for survival. Every day.
They have some of the best treats. Ask Greg.
They do. Oh my god. Diabetes.
What did Australian Kate send you, Greg?
Tim Tams?
Okay.
There were Tim Tams. They were absolutely delicious.
What's a Tim Tam? Explain a Tim Tam to me.
It's almost like a kind of like a cookie, like covered in chocolate with like something in the middle, like a not like a wafer type deal, but yeah, Tim Tams were delicious. They had this chocolate that was I forgot what this chocolate was called. They had a lot of Cadbury chocolate, like milk chocolate, and wow, it was delicious. I got diabetes, I believe, and I ordered marshmallows on my own from the marshmallow company recently, and they were really fucking good. They were the most fire marshmallows I've ever had in my life.
That's not saying much.
Yeah.
They were like special marshmallows. They had like shit in between. They had the John Cena caramel peanut butter ones. Those ones were fucking fire. They have stuff in the marshmallows, stuffed in the marshmallows.
Well, you have to make them good.
Yeah, I mean, if you would have put these things on s'mores, those s'mores would have been elevated to heights that we couldn't imagine.
Well, you clearly can because you tried it.
Oh, I did. I got way too many marshmallows. I think I ended up throwing like one away because they were getting a little old and I couldn't trust. Because one of the marshmallows definitely fucked my stomach a little bit.
Ah, weird.
Well, marshmallow
Not
root
everybody
is good
can
for your
handle
stomach.
the power of the mallow.
That's right. I'm a big fan of the mellow. You know that. The mallow. Mallow. Whoa. Mellow, man.
On August 11, 2018, at 3:28 a.m., the Puebla Police Department in Colorado received a spooky abandoned 911 call traced to a funeral home and cemetery. When dispatchers returned to the call, the line was answered, but remained silent, emitting only static. Officers were dispatched to the location, finding the funeral home locked and dark, with no signs of activity. Residents have speculated something paranormal may have happened. That's it. Short, it was sweet, but, who's calling from in the funeral home? Who?
Hey. The
Who's
call's
watching
coming
the
from
watcher?
the casket.
Who?
Who? An owl.
You guys got anything else?
Yeah, I got one or two more I can do. The haunted doll. When you think of haunted dolls, it's likely the creepy old Victorian-looking porcelain one.
Greg!
You and your dolls.
Did you do this one as well? Oh, you did. All right, I got another one. I'll do a different one.
No, please do that one again.
Is this the Ella one? The Frozen?
Yes!
Okay. It's hard to keep track of all the spooky stories we did.
I thought you were the best memory on the podcast.
All right, so I am. Do you remember that story? I could have done it. And you would have.
Yes.
Oh, I totally probably would be like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So this one's called The Dorm. The Dorm. My freshman year of college, I lived in an all-women's dorm located on a quiet street not far from the center of campus.
Was this a guy? Because then, nice.
Right?
We'll find out.
Teenage fantasies.
Stay tuned. The campus itself is old and rural, tucked away in the mountains, and the isolation gives it a reputation for safety. But what all freshmen are warned about early on are ghosts. There are a number of them on campus. In one of the all-men's dorms, a room supposedly locks people in as an angry spirit batters the walls and doors, and there's music building where a friend reported a sense of consistent, sinister observation during any piano practices.
I just want to say the self-locking dorm room, that is Matt Lauer's room. That's just...
Hey.
Stay out of there.
My dorm, too, had a reputation for haunting, although my roommate and I didn't know that at the time. Only a month into the semester, I was woken up by a noise late at night. Half asleep, I remember glancing at my roommates. I could see the faint outline of her in the bed across the room, sitting rigidly upright. I heard another sound, but this time I was more awake and could see something at the door. A dark, blurred outline. This wasn't unusual. We never kept our door locked, and our suit mates and friends down the hall would often wander in, especially if they were tipsy and looking for company or a late-night snack. Ooh.
Hey.
Yeah. Perhaps because of that, I don't remember being afraid, just tired. I looked at the shadow, told it to leave, and fell back asleep.
Be gone, Shadow!
The next morning, I only foggily remembered the whole thing and wasn't too concerned. But my roommate was terrified. She insisted on reporting it to our RA. It was from her that we learned about the ghost, the dorm. The dorm, she said, had once been a Civil War field hospital. Late at night, the ghost of lost soldiers walk up and down the corridor, knocking on doors as they search for a way out. Neither of us were entirely convinced. I think I still suspected it was just a friend drunkenly looking for their own room, but it was undeniably exciting to have a ghost story attached to us. With a bit of a thrill, we and our friends began a sort of a ghost watch, listening for footsteps and collecting stories from older residents. As soon as we started, we noticed strange, disquieting things, rustles through the walls, knocks on doors late at night. A friend of ours reported seeing a face trapped and reflected in the glass of her bedroom window. After a couple of weeks, the thrill wore off and we were increasingly afraid. We told the RA, a skeptic who rolled her eyes and told us not to worry about it. Upperclassmen just like to scare freshmen with ghost stories. But we knew something was there, and we began to feel like we had no options. We felt trapped as if we waited for the ghost to appear again, watching us as we slept. When it came again, it was like the last time. A sound in the dark, my rigid roommate, a dark shadow in the door. This time, however, after weeks of watching, I was afraid. And maybe it was my fear, but this time it felt larger and like it was much further into the room, almost to the foot of my bed. Filled with adrenaline, I sat up, clutched my fist, and told it to back the fuck off. For a moment, nothing happened. Then it was gone. It took a moment for either of my roommates or I to move, but when we could, I flipped on the light, and she rushed to close the door. We stayed up all night and most of the next, but ghosts respond to assertive swearing, apparently, and it didn't appear again.
Fuck off, Shadow!
It was a couple of weeks later that we learned that the real horror story. The campus police captured a prowler lurking outside another residence hall, peering through the windows. Reports had been happening for weeks. Other students had noticed an intruder, seen a face peering through windows, heard strange noises. The police had been telling dorm staff to warn students to lock the doors while police searched for the prowler. So it turns out...
Was it a ghost at all?
No, it was a pervert.
It was a doll.
Yeah, it was a 3-year-old.
It was scary until the pervert part. Well, I guess that's pretty scary too.
That's scary if you live there.
Yeah. Wow, man. All right. Well, but I do like the idea of like a whole dorm full of people trying to elevate how they swear at the ghosts repeatedly. You know? It's like almost a contest. I'm not going to give an example because I don't want to use coarse language.
Hey.
Yeah, and I guess they probably left the Civil War field hospital thing out of the brochure, I assume.
Yeah.
Our campus located on a haunted Civil War hospital.
No wonder the tuition's so cheap.
Unfortunately, located next door to Jimmy the Pervert as well. Also not in the brochure. All right, well, we want to thank everybody for listening. You're all beautiful, beautiful people. Greg and Seamus, I love you guys with all my heart.
Love you too, man.
Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, and X. You can find our podcast on Spotify, Apple Pod, YouTube. For just as low as $1, you can join our Patreon, help out the show, and get episodes just like this up to a week early. And if you want to give us a review or a comment on any platform that you get your podcast, that would be much appreciated. You know, we rep the You Run Podcast Network, where you can find all our shows and all the other awesome shows at yourunpodcast.com. I saw that the movie trailer is coming out pretty soon for Scott's movie, so that's exciting as well.
Nice.
Some of us saw it already.
Oh.
Have you?
I'll forward it to you guys when I'm done with this.
Nice.
It's dope. So anyway, thank you all for listening, and remember, be safe out there on Trick or Treat, okay? Watch out for homicidal people. Watch out for people with Jeffrey Dahmer tattoos. And remember...
And 3-year-old rats.
And remember, in
Crust,
we trust.
Yeah, come stuff crust. A nigga some mystery ass come stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, come stuff crust. What you choose, gonna bust, yeah, come stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, come stuff crust. A nigga some mystery ass come stuff crust. Stuff crust, yeah, come